Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Creda, day 29. Today we are going to be altering a can. What I want to do is put some paper on here and decorate it up. This was a can of bush baked beans that myself and my little roommate had for dinner on Sunday night. And the problem with this is that I attempted to alter it. This sticky stuff was already here from the label itself, but I had problems, so we're going to work through this together. We're going to be using some paper from the Bella Flora paper collection that I got from Michael's as a hot buy. And I have this really cute pink ribbon that I wanted to use. But I think what I'm going to do is get these funky stripes, and funky as in cool, not funky as in ugh. The stripes right here. And did I move my mister? I did. What did I do with it? I think the baby got it. Anyway, what we're going to do is just something fun, in my opinion, fun, simple, quick, and easy. Probably not quick or simple or easy, but it's going to be fun. And I want to do more altar projects, but those projects will have to wait until I get to Texas, because I really do want to do some outside crafting, and I can't do that right now where I live, because I live upstairs, and I don't want anybody saying, hey, someone's spray painting outside, and I don't want the nuisance police to come and get me. So we're going to go down probably from the can. You can't see, can you? Nope. We're probably going to go down from the top of the can about 2 squares, which are on the side. Let's see. Have it in better frame. There we go. Yesterday I was reading the comments that you were writing, saying that you can't believe it's almost over and you're sad to see it gone. I'm super happy that it's over, almost over. Just so you all know, Creda has consumed my mornings, which is fine, no problem with that. I do have more projects coming up. I have some collaborations going on. I am going to be doing the Spectacular Halloween Hop that's hosted by Mom to Create and Elemental Designs for September. Deb Hoke and I are going to be making jewelry in September, so if you're not subscribed to her, go ahead and go over and subscribe to her. If I don't have a brain dump after this video, I will link her channel in the description box, as well as Elemental Designs and Moms to Create. Also, Wandering Dreamer 555 asked me if I want to do something in Halloween, and I told her that I would love to do a collaboration with her, but I cannot do 31 more straight days of crafting, I don't think. But I would love to do, you know, maybe 10 to 15 days. And that's the same thing I had told Deb. I was like, I can't dedicate 31 more days, because I have some significant events going on in the month of October that I can't really, it's already going to be very stressful for me to do these events, so I don't want to commit to something and then I can't commit properly to it. But I'm always up for a good collaboration. If you haven't been to Wandering Dreamer's page, Wandering Dreamer 555, she does, I'm going to mist it with just some plain water, just a little bit, and then I'm going to rub it on some. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm getting ready to manipulate this paper, and I want the paper to be more malleable than it would be, because I tried this earlier and I destroyed the paper like it was a big mess. And so now what I'm going to do is pull out this can one more time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tick mark at the very beginning of the can. How I want it to be. Where I want to put lines in and fold over. And you're probably thinking, why'd you spray the paper first? Because I'm backwards. You know that. But anyway, Wondering Dreamer 555, she does haul videos on all kinds of cool stuff. Makeup, craft stuff, clothes, everything. She also has her weight loss journey posted. So that's very good and motivational for us if we are trying to lose weight. She could probably give you some motivation. Even if you don't really want to lose weight, you just need to look at someone who's doing it. She's one of those people that definitely shows you, talks about her journey. So if you're interested, go over, check her out. If you do like what you see over there and you decide to subscribe, tell her I sent you. I don't get anything for it. I just want to show some YouTube community love. I have had people recommend people's channels to me, and I've been to the channel like, I don't like this channel. I'm going to not subscribe. So that's why I want you to, you know, go over and take a look around. And so now what I'm doing is I'm just rolling this over on itself. And now I'm going to spray it one more time. If you do decide to do a project like this, make sure that you see how I have these lines. Make sure that when you roll and connect it, that your lines connect. Although these lines are a little bit shaky like my lines are normally, so it's no big deal. And what I did is I just took my hand and rubbed it on there. I did not get a chance to make it to the craft stores yesterday. It is raining here. And I just did not want to chance, you know, being in an accident. But I do believe if it's going to happen, it is going to happen no matter what. But if I can be one of those factors to not have it happen, hey, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay out. And right here at the bottom, I don't want the can to touch the paper to touch the bottom of it. I want it to be right on this little lip. So what I did the last time is I started right here, and for some reason it got off, like just like this. So I want to be a little bit more mindful of that. And I think I'm going to use some wet glue. Use Alene or this Aztec glue. And at first I was using a hot glue gun, and I was like, yeah, that's going to work better. But the hot glue gun worked too well. Let me just read and see if it can glue to metal really quickly. Well, it says it glues down embellishment, so we're going to see. I love this glue. In my opinion, it is a very good glue. And this is what I didn't do the last time. I just used a glue gun. I put glue, and then it was not great. It was a hard challenge of a problem. And I was going to do some napkins for this project, but I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to turn this into like a decoupage thing, because I woke up a little bit late today, and I need to cut some strawberries for lunch, and cut up some strawberries as well as some cucumbers and bell pepper. And I need to fold some clothes. I don't get a chance to do that anymore. I was able to do that at the very beginning of my son's life, but as he's gotten older, he needs less but more. Like when I go to the restroom, him and Nicholas are in the restroom with me. I don't know, this glue, the wet glue may not work either. I may have to bust out the glue gun. But essentially, this is how it's going to look when we are finished, and we will make this work, even if I have to destroy the paper and start over. I am determined to do this. Sometimes when I have projects like this, I quit. I get frustrated with the project because it didn't come out, or it doesn't come out the way I want it to come out, and so it never sees the light of day. But by George, we're going to make this happen today. If it drives me that nutty and batty and insane, we're going to make it happen. So I will use both glues, the adhesive glue, the wet glue, as well as this crazy glue gun. And hopefully it will stay. And I really don't need it to do a lot of adhering. I just need it to stick on, because I'm going to put some more junk on there, some more embellishments and stuff like that. So I really need it to just adhere for me, and adhere properly, not crooked. That's the goal. Okay. I saw this post on Instagram yesterday. It was a junk journal or a book of some sort. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful. I didn't see all of it, like the inside of it. I just saw the cover, and so of course now I want to try it. And this is how your lines should really match up if you are going to use paper that has directional lines on it. And now what I am going to do is pull out the Dollar Tree glue, because it just adheres so much better on some things. So AdTech, you have been benched, and we're going to put our starter out there. How about that? And I am being very liberal with the glue. And I'm just rolling it on itself. I do plan on putting something on that seam, so you won't be able to tell that it's a seam. And I'm just pressing the glue up and out. As you can see, some spilled out, which is not a big deal. It does dry clear, so we're safe there. And make sure you have semi-clean hands when you're working with this, because you don't want it to smear. Okay, so now the reason why I cut this is because I want to do some folding over, and I wanted to cut it, but I had intended on tearing the paper down some. And what I am folding over is just to make a protective edge, so that this metal that you cut, you know, when you cut your cans open, doesn't hurt anyone. And I looked up, so when I was getting the beans and cooking the beans, you know, putting them in the pan to put in the oven, I was like, hey, I'm going to alter a project. And this is the project that I wanted to do. And I instantly was like, okay, how do I protect my fingers? Because I am clumsy, accident prone, and I will probably end up hurting myself. And now that I've got it folded over, I'm going to pull these all back out, because I don't need the paper to be that long. And you're probably thinking, why didn't I use adhesive spray to put this down? Well, first of all, I don't have any adhesive spray. Secondly, adhesive spray has a very bad smell to it. The ones that I've used, I don't know if you have any different kind. I'm just cutting this off. And I don't want to spray it in my house. Even though I think that the living room and the kitchen and the dining room being connected would have it very well ventilated, I have to think about my cat and my little human. So I don't want to do that. I'm choosing not to do that. But if you decide to make this project, you know, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want to do on your project. And now I'm just going to get the starter, and you can't really see it that well. I have shadows casting, and I'm going to put this down in there. Some people have a better alter game than I do. I am fairly new to altering things, although I've altered a lot of things in my mind or how I wanted them to look. sometimes my execution, as I say, is not always the best. And I'm just going to put this one down because this is where they meet, so I want them to fold over a little bit more naturally. And I really don't care about the inside that much. I know that sounds bad, right? But it's decorated from the outside, and you can definitely see the fold over on the inside, which is great. And this is what I was talking about. My fingers are clean, but now they're starting to get this glue gunk on them. And so they're getting dingy and dirty and sticky. And you know, well, I've talked about this before, and I think some of you may have did that. You know, when you were in school, you took your Elmer's glue and put it on your fingers and rubbed it off and made little fingernails out of it. No, you didn't do that? Well, maybe it was just me. I am a Texan, as I always tell y'all. We do things weird sometimes. All right, so there we are. We have done the easy part, which is covering the can up. And so now I was thinking that I can use some of my little flowers to embellish it, because I think that would look cute, and these colors go well together in my opinion. And I told you all I was going to find a use to use these flowers with. I love these things. Thank you so much, Nada. I really appreciate that tutorial that you did for us. So what I'm going to do is I want to put one here and one here, but I want to put a something around the middle. So I'm thinking that I can put this gold trim on there, this gold lace, because these colors, you know, it's just black and white, which is fine, which is a very good color palette to start from. But I'm thinking I can put gold on here, this little lace. Let's see how it's going to look. And I'll put it at the top, bottom, and middle. But I'll turn this one, I'll turn this side up like that. So let's just go ahead and try and look at this and see how it's going to look before we actually do the project completed. And again, I have been trying to build on top. And this is purple. We're not using the purple one. It's just there for looks and decorations. And so this is how it will look. I don't know. I think I have so much lace trim, but I never have the lace trim that I want when I want to use it. Because I was thinking that I could have used this one, this pretty teal color, but guess what? This doesn't go with that. In my opinion. And I could always just get a different set of flowers to use. But I don't like that. I know that you're watching a video and it's going to be too late. We can always do this project, another project similar to this. But I just don't like it. It looks not pretty in my opinion. And I know black and white is not always a good color to use with everything, but I like the black and white. And I think it's going to work out fine whenever I figure out what lace I'm going to be using. Okay, so I think the problem is me. If I only have one of these flowers that I've made this color, so I can use that one. It's kind of cream and pink. I use one of these on another project that I embellished, which was the card, because I can definitely use this lace to go on here, which is not a problem, and it would look like that. And I'm going to put it more than one time around, but I just think white and cream don't look well together. And then, if you're wondering, these spools came from Joann Fabrics. I can use this pink on here because that would look okay. And this is kind of a hot pink color. But then I can't use anything but this flower, this one flower. And I think that if I was to use this hot pink, I would have to use more than one row. It would definitely have to be a few rows, right? And that doesn't look good either. So we're going to stick with these beautiful flowers. And I really didn't have to do much work on these flowers because, you know, they were already petals, which is awesome. I do have a punch. I think I have a paper punch that I'm going to try and do the same thing with that has that design. And we'll see. I just need to find it. So anyway, I'm going to hem and haw over this for a few more seconds, minutes, and I'll come back with something. Guess what, darlings? I am going to be using black lace. Yes. So we're going to do that one. Yay, I'm so excited. I have been working on projects in my mind a lot lately. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing some collaborations for September. And hopefully I can do the Halloween thing in October as well. I know a lot of you that subscribe to me are, your religion does not allow you to, or you don't celebrate Halloween. I wouldn't say allow you, but I know you don't celebrate Halloween. So I will try to make sure that I put other content up as well. So please excuse that when it comes time in October. I will definitely try and get a few things up. But honestly, I don't know how much I'll be doing in October. I still will do those 3 videos, but I really do I would love to do the collaboration with Wandering Dreamer. I just need to, I can't commit to all those. I can't commit to 31 more days of crafting. Not right now. Not in October. Last year I had tried to do the 12 days of Christmas. Do you know the 12 days of Christmas are after Christmas, not before Christmas? Yep. So you hear Nicholas, right? Excuse that noise. Please stop, Nicholas. Like he understands me, right? I told y'all I have people in my house, beings in my house that understand English but don't comprehend it. They hear me, but they're not listening to me. And I am going to have everything lined back up on this seam, only because I'm going to put the flowers on the seam. And it would have been so dramatic if I would have used, I have some flowers, some black flowers that I got from Wally World. I went back to find some more and I couldn't, which is crazy. But the ones I got from Wally World are not. I haven't did anything with them. I plan on using these in my spectacular Halloween hot creations, hopefully. What I'm going to do with them, I don't have a clue yet. I'm going to try something different. Hopefully it works out for me. I always cut my stuff short, but I figured that it's okay because I'm going to put it right on top of there. And it won't be a big deal. We are getting close to the 30-minute mark. We're at 24 minutes now and some seconds. So let me, I don't want to speed up, but I do want to go a little bit faster. I just didn't want the project to be a dud or a fail because like I said, I was sticking with it this time. Normally, I'll scrap the project and start all the way over from the very beginning with a whole different mindset of what I'm going to do. But this time I just decided to, you know, stick with it. Sometimes all you got to do is stick with it and it will work out for you. Whenever I hot glue lace down, I always try to find, that was not smart, the big piece to apply. I apologize if I haven't been in frame. I haven't been looking at the camera this morning. I've been looking at the project. Usually, like I said, I work through the viewfinder, but I didn't, and I do apologize for that. I think when I was putting the paper down, I was in the viewfinder though. But this takes a little bit more super close attention to detail, because I do not really want to go to work with a burnt finger from hot glue. Oh my goodness. I was just sitting here thinking. And apparently YouTube is changing some of its algorithm to find offensive terminology, which I do applaud, but I think that Google needs to hire some staffers that are dedicated to YouTube only. I called them yesterday to get information about this new algorithm thing that's going on, and I was on hold for 30 minutes. Because when you call Google, if you've ever called Google, it's in California, and it tells you, thank you for calling Google. If you're a company, press this button. If you're this, press this button. And then the last selection is, if you are calling about YouTube, you should go to our website and get information from there. Well, guess what? I didn't want to get information from the website. I wanted to speak to a human being. Please hold, is what it says. I held on for 30 minutes, 29 minutes, almost a full 30 minutes. Now, my aunt was calling me because she was trying to send me a picture of her where she was flooded in, and she was like, we're underwater, right? And I was getting upset. I was like, what do you mean you're underwater? And she was like, I said, is water in your house? Is water coming in your house? No, water is not coming in my house. I said, so you're not underwater? She said, we are underwater. I said, listen, because you all don't know this, but I'm a very literal person. If you told me the sky was falling, I'm going to need proof, and I need to see it for myself. I need to understand why you're telling me the sky is falling if it's not really falling. I think that I'm going to, I love that. Look at that. That is so pretty. I am going to put 2 more right here. So I need to make some. So give me 1 second. All right. So I decided to just go ahead. I'm at 29 minutes. So I'm going to have to edit this video and combine them together. I was talking about my aunt, wasn't I? So she was like, we're underwater. And, you know, I was like, no, I need you to tell me, like, why are you still at your house if you're underwater? What's going on? I need more details. And she was like, okay, I'm sorry, we're not underwater. First of all, she starts with that because she knows how a little bit of a nutso I am when it comes to that. She then says, I'm going to send you pictures. I said, okay, fine. She said, how do I do that? I was like, I don't know. It's your phone. You need to figure that out. And so she said, okay. So she's calling me, and I'm on the phone with Google, you know, holding. And she called me like 20 times, I promise. Maybe it was like 10. But I kept sending a text message back to her saying, I'll call you back, I'm on the phone. I'll call you back, I'm on the phone. Needless to say, she called me so much, I was like, just forget it, Google. I'll figure something out. But, yeah, I told you a story to get to a story, huh? Nicholas, you're going to get sprayed, dude. She, no, I was on hold with them for a long time. And so I think that they just really need to have a person, you know, that answers your help, or have, you know, a lot of people, a lot of places, they have someone that's in chat, a chat. You can go on and chat with when you need help right away. They don't have that at all, which is not good, because, you know, we need answers. If you're going to do something, you need to put out better guidelines and guidance for us. And I had told Carmen from Elemental Design, I said, hey, if you don't see Creda tomorrow, you'll know why. Oh, I messed that one up, didn't I? I'm supposed to glue it in the middle first. And I didn't want to put a comment, like I want to talk to someone. As you all know, I'm a gamer. So when I had a problem with an app game that I had purchased. It was using my funds when it shouldn't have been using my funds. And that was through EA Games, which, if you are a gamer, you know, the gaming community has a problem. The gaming community has a problem with EA Games. Anyway, but you know, I was trying to contact them, and everybody was like, you need to go through this, because they do have moderators that are in the community, kind of like the eyes and ears. And I'm not sure if those people are regular people like you and me, or if they actually are employed by EA. But you know, I made a complaint on various forums, and all of a sudden I was refunded my in-game money. So somebody was listening, but when it comes to things like that, I really don't want to have to do a Google search to find this. Like, it should be in the help section on YouTube. It should just say, these are the things you can and cannot use and say. And so they were talking about hateful speech, hate this, and I do agree with that. I really, really do agree with it. What I don't agree with is if you put, let's just say that, and it may be to some people, but if washi tape was an offensive term, and 50,000 people have been using washi tape to do washi tape projects, you can't just come out the next day and say, guess what? All things that say washi tape are now banned. You can't use washi tape. The people that, let's just say I am a washi tape user. I get paid by the washi tape community company to show off their washi tape. What is my employer supposed to do? I just have issues with that. Like, all the companies like Spellbinders, Sizzix, really, you expect from them to go and change all of those videos and names, and that's just going to be a lot of work. And I really don't think, well, they probably do get paid some kind of money for it, but those big name companies don't really need the AdSense, I guess it is the AdSense. They don't need that. It's nice to have that extra income, yes, but I don't click on the ads on anyone's video anyway unless I accidentally click on it. Now, if I knew that that person really needed it, I click on every ad they had on their videos. If you're monetized, just tell me and I'll start doing it. The thing about those ads, in my opinion, is that they have malware on them. And you know, Google is already a hoarder of information. If you don't have your tracking cookies off, they will track you like you stole the president's favorite food or something like that. They track you very, very hard. I have been doing some searches at AliExpress for craft tools. I can't even say the word right because I don't know if I can or not. I'm going to call them back today and see. But when I went to my my Yahoo account, there was my searches as advertisements, and I was like, how did these cookies, first of all, I always had the tracking cookies turned off, but I was like, how did these cookies get turned back on? And every time Windows updates, you know, sometimes they reset some of their settings, and that bothers me too, because I definitely don't want any of my settings, my secret squirrel settings, to be reset. Nicholas, stop that. That cat's going to get in trouble, y'all. I just feel like if they're going to do a blanket sweep of things and people, that it should be a little bit more defined, written out. And you know, I was looking at a documentary about how when Google first started, you know, they've changed their terms and agreements. Like if you do I'm not sure if you ever heard of this, a Wayback, you can go back and you can see that they've changed. Of course, they're changing with times and how people are saying, I need this, I want this, I don't like this. So I do understand, I do agree with it about the hate speech. But I also think that if you're going to block, ban, say this is not right, this is wrong, that someone, a human being and not a computer algorithm, should be monitoring it. I do know that there's a lot of YouTube channels. I do know that a lot of people do a lot of crazy things, and I understand that, but what's no but? I hate when people make their statement and then use but. It's no but. I just think that it needs to be a little bit more defined as well as explained. I hope that makes some sense, and I didn't just ramble for 6 minutes for nothing. I don't plan on stop making videos. I did do a search to see if there was an alternative way that I could post and share videos. I guess I could get a blog and post my videos like that, but I would not be writing in the blog. I do have a blog that I haven't wrote in like 7 or 8 years, so you see how dedicated I am to that. But you know, I'm quite sure we all will find a happy medium. Sometimes it's like get on the bus or get off the bus. And sometimes it's like shut up and color. And I'm good at shutting up and coloring at some things. And other things I'm just like, no, I can't color. This is not something that I can be on board with. But we will see what happens. We will see what happens. Because if they're going to start getting rid of videos, they should definitely get rid of some of those goofy videos that make no sense to anyone. They all have 1,000 dislikes, and you know, it's just, some of it's just crazy. Let me just put it like that. Some of it's just crazy. The videos. But I think that, you know, right now, what's big in the world is hate speech, negativity. So I do understand why they're doing it. I do agree with it. I just don't agree with their method. Especially if it's not explained properly. Like I have to do a Google search. I can't go to YouTube, their help section, and find out, you know, the newest thing, like a newsletter of some sort. Nicholas is going to get a big time spanking. That was me squirting him well, attempting to squirt him because he's mad that I haven't fed him. So he's licking plastic. I told y'all that he does that, right? And I'm making flowers. So we have a project inside of a project inside of a project. But anyway, on a happier note, I don't know if it's going to rain today or not. But if it doesn't, I'm going to try to get to the craft stores. I really wanted to try to get to Tuesday morning. Someone posted that they had some different paper, some Halloween paper. And I had asked her for the SKU number, but she didn't respond yet. You know, I find that very interesting. I was telling my coworker this yesterday when we were at lunch, having lunch. At lunch, right? We were eating. And I was telling her, I said that, you know, because I was telling her about when I get ready to go back to Texas. And she was like, well, what do you want to do? And I told her, and she was like, I could see that. I said, but I'm just nervous because this is going to be the first time that I haven't had a job in a long time. Although I am going to school, which is fine. But I told her that I don't know if I want to do this, what I've been talking about doing. I do want to be a teacher, but I think I want to do a craft. I want to do craft teaching, as I've told y'all before. And so my research, although not dedicated to just looking that up, has been limited to what I'm trying to do. It's not clearly defined and spelled out, and probably because I don't have a clear definition of what I really want to do yet. But she was like, and I had told her about a situation that had happened, and I'm going to tell you that situation right now. So you all are getting like a lot of stories today, right? A lot of craziness that goes on in my life. I had told her that I had contacted someone and asked them about their project. And I told them, I said, I know this is how you make money. So I'm not trying to steal your clientele. I really just wanted to do it for personal reasons. I wanted to learn how to do it for my own personal satisfaction and gratification. And I told her, I said, the person never wrote me back. These are a little bit off so you can see why it looks like that. So I'm going to put the small one on that side and the large one on this side. And she kind of laughed, and I was like, that's how, I said, yes, the crafting community is awesome. And then you have people that are worried that you're taking their business. And she said, I understand. I told her, I said, I do too. But the next time the person wrote me, you know, they were asking me for my business. And I was like, you can write me and respond about business, but you can't write and respond about what I asked you. And so I was just like, you know what, never mind. I need this person in my life. So I kind of just cut them off, I guess. Distance myself from them. But then other people have been super helpful to me when I ask them questions. And that's how you can tell when someone's more genuine than others, in my opinion. If you ask someone, hey, how do you do this? And they don't tell you, then they're worried that you're going to take their business, which I'm not. And I told her, I said, listen, I don't have time. I really don't have time to go out and become the rubber tip queen of something. I don't have time for that. I barely have enough time for myself to do my normal projects, let alone add another project on top of all the other junk that I'm doing. But needless to say, I did get an answer from someone else who's very helpful, and they're not worried about that. And I think that's what's good about some of the YouTubers on here, is that they will show you how to make this flower like Nada did. And I'm not sure if Nada sells these where she is or not, but she wasn't concerned that I was going to steal her product. She shared with me, and I told this to someone else. I think it was Jackie. I told her because she said that she wanted to sell something, but she was worried. I said, you can show people how to make something. Like I can say, hey, this is how you make this flower. I can tell you all the materials. I can give you step by step by step by step on how to do it. And I can also offer you the completed project for a price. And some people will go out and buy the materials, and some people will say, hey, where do I send the money to? And I think that's the thing. That's what we have to be aware of. Not everybody that you show your craft project to is going to want to learn how to make it for themselves. And then there are others that will. And I'm just going to put this on this side so it's even. I think that just one side looks a bit odd, so that's why I made these other flowers. And I'm just going to go off camera really quickly and put that on because I'm holding it in my hand right now. And I'll show you that once it's completed. I hope you've enjoyed this chatty Creda, super chatty. I could have just paused and came back, but I chose not to. And I hope everyone's okay with that. I do enjoy chatting with you all. I have a question for you. Do you all know of a chat place? We don't have to verbally chat, but maybe there's a chat place that like on, I don't know, Friday at a specific time, we can all just get on a chat forum, not like an online dating forum, and we can just go into a chat room and just talk. Maybe it can be a spot where we can post pictures at. I do know of forums that do that, but they're gaming forums. Now that I'm looking at this, I probably could have put like one here, one there, but I like it just like it is, and I don't want to decorate the whole entire thing. I probably could have put them all the way around, but I did put this down to cover that seam up. So when someone looks at it, like I told you, whenever I look at projects, I always pick it up and do all this. So this is the completed project. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to it, but I have thoroughly enjoyed crafting this with you all. Let's see how it would look if we just did all of that. And I don't want to cover up all the lace. Maybe if I put one in the middle, I may come back at a later day and put one in the middle, but I have to go ahead and get ready for work. So this is our completed project, which is some cute flowers that Nada Creation did a tutorial on. I'll remember to link her information in the description box as well. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Happy Creda!